Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the red dawn.
All right, here. All right, that's enough. Knock it off! All right, here we go. Wrath and Ruin, 1A, inside the walls. Add Thane Alcar and the Gate of Dorwinion to the staging area. Each player adds a different location to the staging area and make a copy of the makeshift fortification, the active location. So this is a 3/3. While makeshift fortification is the active location, it gains archery 3, and then after you take control of it, return the topmost enemy in the encounter discard pile to the staging area. I have chosen the contested square, a 1/3 location, as my location. It has Surge, which does not trigger. And then when an enemy is defeated, I can place 1 progress on the contested square if it's in the staging area. And while I control it, after a character I control is destroyed, I need to return the contested square back up to the staging area. Also in the staging area, the Gate of Dorwinion. X threat, 5 progress. It's immune. X is 1 more than the number of locations controlled by the players. We can't travel there unless we're at stage 2B and we've put 12 progress on it, and to travel there, we're going to get attacked by Thane Alcar, who is 50 engagement, 1 threat, 6 attack, 4/9. He has the Mordor trait. He's immune. He cannot leave the staging area. And then Force, after the active location is explored, the first player must choose either discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a location is discarded, and we add that to the staging area, or we get attacked by Thane Alcar. Okay, pretty nasty guy up there. This is a hard scenario, so who am I bringing to help me? Well, all the way back from the core set, Eowyn's here with her 4 willpower, which is going to be extremely useful. 9 threat, spirit, 3 hit points. I can discard a card from my hand to give Eowyn +1 willpower to the end of the phase. This effect can be triggered once by each player each round. So that's great. She can quest for 5 on turn 1. New to the series, Haldan, a 10 threat lore hero, 2/3/1/4. Woodman, scout. While the active location has an attachment on it, Haldan does not exhaust a quest. And then response, after the active location is explored, draw 1 card for each attachment on it. And also new to the series, Dine Ironfoot, the spirit version, 11 threat, 1/2/3/5, dwarf noble warrior. While Dine Ironfoot is defending, he gains action. Discard the top card of your deck to give Dine Ironfoot +1 defense for this attack. Limit 3 times per phase. What a great hero to bring against a quest where I could be getting attacked in the quest phase and the combat phase. All right, let's look at side 1B, inside the walls. For progress, it gets +4 quest points for each player. Players cannot place progress on locations in the staging area. Forced, when a location is explored, the first player takes control of it. This stage cannot be defeated unless there are more locations under the player's control than in the staging area at the end of the round. So it's got that mechanic we saw way back on Assault on Osgiliath, where we're trying to take control of locations. This deck is pretty great for this quest because I want to play attachments on locations, especially the active location, and this quest spits out locations one after another. So usually decks that rely on lots of locations, you have to play multiplayer because you can't count on lots of locations in solo. But this quest basically has mechanics that makes tons of locations come out. So a Woodman deck where you're relying on these attachments going on the locations is really great. In my opening hand, I am hoping to find a spirit ally that can quest for 2, and I'd also like something to go on the active location so Haldan doesn't exhaust to quest, and preferably the attachment that reduces the quest points of the active location to 1 would be the best. Okay, what do we get? We get Will of the West, some Daron's runes, stand and fight, Daron's runes. There's my quester, and there's my quester. Okay, so I do have 2 spirit allies that can quest for 2. I have Daron's runes and stand and fight, so I can play that and discard an ally to use stand and fight to play it. And I'm assuming between the 2 Daron's runes, I'm going to find an attachment for the active. So our starting threat is 30, resources across the top. Let's go. Okay, and the card we draw is Ancient Mathem. There we go. There's something that attaches to a location. Unfortunately, it's Spirit. Okay, let's play Daron's runes and see what we can find. Draw 2 cards. Another Daron's runes and Thor's Key. All right, I need to discard a card. I think I'll discard the Handmaiden because, like I said, stand and fight can be used to pull her back out of the discard pile. Now, I was going to play that Ancient Matham, and then that's when I realized, oh wait, yeah, it's Spirit, and so then I can't afford Arwen. So I can't do that. So let's play another Daron's Runes and see if we can't find some lore attachments that go on a location. There we go! Woodman's Clearing and Elfstone. Perfect. All right, let's discard this Thor's Key. I don't really need it. It's in here because it makes sense to put it in this deck, but it's not essential. So we'll get rid of Thor's Key. And now Woodman's Clearing, it costs 0. You attach it to a location. And then when that location's explored, I get to drop my threat by 3. So now Haldan will not exhaust to quest. And now I'm going to play Arwen. When she exhausts, she boosts the defense of somebody by 1. So she will boost Dine. So Dine will be defending for 4. And yeah, okay, I think this is good. Let's go into the quest phase. I want to try to play an attachment on the active location every round if possible. So that is sending 8. And here I realize I never showed that I shuffled the encounter deck on camera. So let's give that a shuffle. And I'm going to talk about why this deck works against this quest. It probably wins 80 to 90% of the time. The reason is I can handle turn 1. So I should be able to quest for 8, maybe 9, and then I can handle the attack from Thane Alcar because Dine can defend for enough to handle that attack, which means I don't get location locked right off the bat. So that's great. All right, the card we reveal is another makeshift fortification. So that's 3 threat, which means we make 2 progress. We're 1 short, but I have Eowyn, and so I can discard a card to boost her. I'm going to get rid of Daron's Runes. Don't tell Chris. I got to just get rid of a card, and I'm going to be drawing a card when I explore the location, thanks to Haldan. So I drew a card. It's gone, very gone. Now I'm going to drop my threat by 3. So we were able to avoid the archery. There's no enemies in the discard pile that we have to worry about. So that's why you want to clear that on turn 1. I take control of it. And now either I discard cards until I get a location or I get attacked. So I'm just going to get attacked. I already have 2 locations in staging. I don't need any more. Dine's defending for 4. This is an attack of 6. Another makeshift fortification. Yikes. Okay. No shadow there, though. So I have to discard 2 cards to avoid taking any damage. So those are the 2 cards that get discarded. And that was a very successful turn 1. That's why this deck works so well against it. Let's make sure we travel. So I'm going to travel to this makeshift fortification. It's 3 threat. And now I have to do archery 3. So I'll just spread out some archery. Not too worried about it. I have 2 Wardens of Healing in this deck. And with stand and fight, I can usually get them in play because I go through this deck really fast. It's a deck with 54 cards? Okay, what do I draw? Put off Pursuit. Okay, that's a nice attachment to go on a location. It's not good right now because there's no enemies in the staging area for it to discard. But yeah, I go through this deck like crazy. Haldan draws me so many cards. Ancient Mathams are drawing me cards. It's nuts. So it's okay to have a few extra cards in this deck. I fly through it. So let's spend 1 resource and put Ancient Matham on the active location. And then we're going to spend Haldan's 2 lore resources to put Golem Gone in. And he quests for the threat of the active location. And then hopefully next turn I'll be able to use Elfstone to put a big ally into play. And we'll be pretty far ahead of the encounter deck and we'll be doing just fine. All right, so Gone is going to quest for 3, Arwen for 2, Eowyn for 4, Haldan without exhausting for 2. So we are going to be sending 11. Let's make sure we increase the value of that. It's 1 more than the number of locations I control. So it is 11 against 4, and we get the Ransacked House. This one's annoying because if I control it, it goes back up to the staging area if I ever lose control of a location. But it's only 2 threat, so that's nice. So we make a couple progress on the quest, and then Haldan draws me 1 card. Ancient Matham draws me 3, so here's an ally. Another stand and fight, another Woodman's Clearing, and Unexpected Courage. Okay, no big ally, but no big deal as well. I'm okay with that. Let's grab that location, and now, do we want a location, or do we want to get attacked? Well, see, this is why you want to keep getting attacked if you can. So no shadow there. Because, I mean, I wouldn't want to be adding more and more locations. I'd never be able to quest. So I'm going to discard 2 cards, Ancient Matham and Glorfindel, are discarded, so dying doesn't take any damage. And let's go into the next round. This deck is working perfect. Everything is working perfect. Oh, God. Travel, Chad. I kind of forget about traveling because once I get attacked, I think I'm past the travel phase, but I get attacked by Thane Olkar in the questing step, basically. So, yes, make sure you travel. There we go. I updated the gate to 3 threat. I traveled to the 1 threat contested square. I'm going to try to not travel to the ransacked house if possible because I don't want to control any when I advance to stage 2. So, okay, now can I advance? Yes. Let's go to the next round. All right, the card I draw is, there you go, another Ancient Matham. Perfect. So lots of cards to be drawn. So if I do Ancient Matham and Woodman's Clearing and Elfstone, I think I'm going to have a pretty bomb turn here. So let's play all those attachments on the active location. Before I forget, I want to play Stand and Fight to get this Handmaiden out of my discard pile. So Stand and Fight lets you spend spirit resources to pull any ally with a sphere out of your discard pile and put it in play. So the Handmaiden will come in, and when she enters play, she will reduce my threat by 1, and she quests for 2. So amazing ally. So let's get her in play. And now I'm going to play Elfstone, and here is how all this will work. Elfstone gets attached to the location. It gives the location +1 quest point. And then after it leaves play as an explored location, I can put an ally into play from my hand. So the key word there is after the attached location leaves play. So let's look at Ancient Matham. That also has a response that says after attached location is explored. So I can draw those 3 cards before I play Elfstone because that's the same trigger. And then Haldan says response when the active location is explored. So when happens before after. So basically, I can draw 6 cards before I have to trigger Elfstone, and I'm just betting one of those 6 is going to be a nice big ally. We are sending 11 against 6. We need to make 3 progress, and we get an Easterling Raider. It's a 2-threat, 2/2/3. Archery 1, +1 attack and defense for each Easterling attachment on it. Okay, so we've added 2 threat. We need to make 4 progress because Elfstone is adding a quest point needed. We're 1 short. This is why AON is great. So let's discard. I'm going to be drawing 6 cards. I'm going to discard this Put Off Pursuit. It's actually kind of tricky to trigger because you need to have an enemy in staging that you want to get rid of, and usually I just end up engaging them and killing them. All right, so let's do all the things. Drawing 3 cards, drawing 3 cards. So let's draw 6 cards. Come on, big ally. I got a bunch of them in this deck. Oh, there's my reduce it to 1. There's Reforged. There's a nice ally. Sulian. There's one. And Glorfindel. 2 copies of Reforged. This is great. All right, so Glorfindel is going to come into play. Of course, he's amazing. He can be readied if you discard a card. Yeah. All right, I'm also dropping my threat by 3. Yep. Everything's working out great. Okay, so I don't have to engage that enemy, but I want to, and I want to kill it. So I think instead of having Thane Olkar attack me, I'm going to discard cards until I get a location. Okay, there goes a sword. There goes a nasty enemy. Another sword. Another enemy. Yeah, I figured this would happen. I've revealed nothing but locations. There we go. And, okay. Dang. It's a second ransacked house. So they do have an ability to get taken control of if, as an encounter action, I grab the topmost enemy in the discard pile and put it in play engaged with me. But I want an active location. I absolutely want an active location. So I'm going to travel there. I got to make 4 progress to clear it. We're going to engage this Raider, Archery 1. Dine's going to be defending for 4. This is not going to be any problem. Attach the top Easterling Treachery to it. So he's going to get a sword, which means he is now attacking for 5 because the sword adds 2 attack. And then the Raider himself gets +1 attack for every attachment on him. That can really build up. Okay, I'm going to discard a card. I discard another one of those Woodman's Paths, so Dine doesn't take any damage. And then I have 6 attack, which is just enough to kill this guy because he had +1 defense. And we have more locations than locations in the staging area, but we don't have 8 progress on the quest. So let's go into the next round. How's the deck working? It's working great. It's working absolutely great. This is exactly how this deck is supposed to work. All I want to find now is a Warden of Healing, but I get a Unexpected Courage. That's an alt art copy that I just like that art so much. Okay. Yeah, I can have multiple Unexpected Courages now because I have the 2-player starter set. Let's play Reforged, one of the most amazing cards to come out in the Aaron Mithrin cycle. A spirit event that costs X action. Choose an attachment with a printed cost of X in any player's discard pile and play that attachment for no cost. The chosen attachment can belong to any sphere of influence. That is just insanity. So I could put like a Gondorian Shield in my deck and discard it to AON, and then Reforged could play it to put it on Dine. Any player's discard pile? It's crazy. I'm going to use it to grab this Elf Stone and put the Elf Stone in play. So once we clear this active location, I'll get another big ally in. But Reforged is nuts, especially in a deck where you're trying to play attachments over and over again on active locations. All right, let's play this Woodman's Path. So you attach it to a location that does not have any progress on it. While attached location is the active location, reduce the quest point value to 1. So even though Elfstone is on this thing boosting the quest points by 1, this overrides that because that is passive text. There's no forced or response or anything. So the quest point value of the active location is now 1. I'm going to play my second Reforged, and I think I'm going to attach another copy of Ancient Matham onto this location. So there we go. So there are 3 attachments on this location, and that means I can now play this ally for 1. So we have the Mirkwood Hunter, a 2/2/2/3 ranged ally. He normally costs 4, but you reduce the cost for each attachment on the active location. So he only costs 1. So he's amazing, of course, to get in for 1 resource. And yeah, this the Woodman deck, very, very fun. But you need to have locations. You got to be playing a quest where you're going to get lots of locations. So in multiplayer, it's really fun. Or if you're playing a quest like this where you know you can get a lot of locations, it's just a blast to play. All right, so this would be a good turn to advance to the next stage if I can. So I need to get some more progress on the quest. So I also have that Unexpected Courage in my hand. I'd really like to get Unexpected Courage on Dine. So let's see. Right now I am sending 12 and we're up against 7. Let's send more. All right, now I'm sending 15 against 7. Let's see. So, okay, we get a Surge. Lots of Surge in this quest. Lanwin, a hero I have not played yet, would also be great for this quest. And then we get a CD Tavern. Okay, so we added 3 Threat. So we make 5 progress, 1 for the active location, 4 goes on the quest. That puts us at 6. So if I discard a card to AON, I'd only be at 7. So I am 1 short. Okay. All right, let's draw 6 cards. We get some nice allies. There's Furial. All right. With Elfstone on the location. That's great. So obviously Furial is going to come into play. She quests for 3. And then after all your characters commit to the quests, if you don't like the top card of the encounter deck that was just revealed, discard it and reveal the next one. Sweet. So that was incredibly successful. And now you see why I discarded that Daron's Runes? I was not worried about card draw. All right, let's get attacked. Dine's going to defend. I got plenty of locations to worry about. Attacking enemy gets +1/+2 if it has an attachment. So Dine is going to discard 3 cards. There goes my Warden of Healing. Okay. And travel. Let's not forget to travel. So the CD Tavern is going to make me put an encounter card underneath it. I'd rather not do that. Let's travel to another contested square. That's fine. Okay. The gate will go up to 5. And yeah, let's go into the next round. We're good. All right, we're almost through the deck. We get our 3rd copy of Reforged. That's nice, so I can use that to put an Elfstone into play. I don't have any more attachments in my deck. Sorry, in my hand that I can play on the active location. I'd really like to get one of these Unexpected Courages in, but let's play Reforged here. I should be okay not having Unexpected Courage this round. So Elfstone once again going on the active. And yeah, I have a nice big ally in my hand that I can put in. So let's send characters on the quests. I have a lot of characters and Haldan isn't exhausting. So we are going to be sending 17. And we are currently up against 10. And we get a Treachery, Alkar's Revenge, Doomed 1. And then he's going to make an attack against each player that controls a location. So that's pretty nasty. So Doomed 1. I'm going to have Dying Ironfoot defend this, of course. So he's defending for 4 against 6. And the shadow is deal 1 damage to the defending character. So Dying will take a damage. I need to find that Warden. And I'm going to discard 2 cards so I don't take any damage. Dang it! I would have drawn the Warden if I hadn't had to get attacked right there. Okay, we make enough progress to clear the active and to get our 8 and then more on the quest. So now I'm going to draw a card. It's Furial. She's unique, so I can't put another one in. So let's put in Sulian. So Sulian will be questing for 3, but if I don't quest her, I can exhaust her and spend a lore resource to reduce the threat of every location in the staging area by 1. Okay, amazing ally. So we're good there. We're going to claim the contested square, and now that Dying Ironfoot is exhausted, he can't take this attack, and I don't want anybody to die, so I will just have to discard cards until I get a location. So we will discard cards up top of the deck. There goes a bow. There goes another treachery, another treachery. There we go. Okay, it's another contested square, so we'll travel right there. So let's travel there, and then we'll go into the end of the round, and then we can advance to Stage 2. Stage 2A, drive them out. When revealed, each player returns the highest threat location he controls to the staging area. Then we shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, and we're going to discard cards from the top until we get an enemy, and then we're going to put that enemy in play engaged with us. That is why I did not want to have to travel to and then clear the house one, the ransacked house, because as soon as I lose control of a location, which is going to be the makeshift fortification, the ransacked house has a forced ability that says it also is lost control of. So that's up in staging. So we just added 2 locations up to the staging area. Now we're going to shuffle in the discard pile and discard cards until we get an enemy. And the enemy we get is the top card. It's one of those raiders. Okay. Let's look at side 2B. It's the final quest stage here. 12 quest points needed. Progress cannot be placed on locations in the staging area by any player card effects. The players cannot travel to the Gate of Dorwinion unless there are more locations under my control than in the staging area. And then when a location is explored, we're going to take control of it. At the end of the round, if the players control the gate, they win the game. Okay, so we have our win condition. We need to get control of more locations, and we need to make 12 progress. All right, that happened at the end of the round, so now we draw Furial. Okay, so the deck has kind of sputtered out as far as playing attachments, because I did it to great effect, and I have got an amazing board state going, so the whole playing attachments on location thing isn't going to happen for a little bit. But I am going to play some Unexpected Courage on Dying, so at least he can defend twice. And now I need to get 2 spirit resources saved up so I can get a Warden of Healing in play, and then I can shuffle my discard pile in. Let's play this new ally to the series, the Aaron Gallen Settler. He's very useful in this scenario. He's a 2-cost, 1/2/0/2 Woodman. Response: when the active location leaves play, I can discard the Settler to discard another location in the staging area that has the same title as the one that was just explored. That's super useful in this quest. I'm also going to spend 1 spirit resource and put in the Sylvan Refugee to get me 2 more willpower, because we just added a lot of threat back to the staging area. So I got to make sure I'm clearing the active location. The gate is back down to 4, and let's go into the quest phase. At the very least, I gotta clear this active location. Currently 18 against 14. That's not enough. All right, let's add a few more willpower, so we will make it 21 against 14. Okay, I like that better. Lots of surge in this quest. I have gotten very lucky we haven't got a surge train yet. All right, Furial takes a look at this top card. It's a Champion of Ruin. He's a 2-threat enemy. Higher engagement than my threat. Yep, that's fine. So let's leave him as the encounter card we reveal. So we're going to add 2 threat, which means we're going to make 5 progress, which means we are going to clear the active location, which is fantastic. And then we're going to place 2 progress on the quest, but I think I'm going to discard a card. Let's discard, what do I got? Lots of cards. Glorfindel. There we go. I'll discard Glorfindel to give me 1 more willpower per Eowyn's effect. And there we go. We made 3 progress out of the 12. We have taken control of another location. And now the forced effect on Thane Alcar triggers, but now I have unexpected courage. So let's exhaust and then ready, and then there is no shadow. I'm glad I haven't revealed that location yet. So we need to discard 2 cards so dying doesn't take any damage. The cards are, crud. It's 2 attachments that would go on a location. Oh well. All right, now we're going to get attacked by this guy. He's only attacking for 2. Dying Ironfoot can defend. Let's put archery on Sulian. And the shadow is attached to the topmost Easterling attachment. I don't think there is one. Did I travel? I forgot to travel. I tell you what, that darn getting attacked in the quest phase really screws me up. And I think I'm past the traveling thing. All right, where do I want to go? Let's go. I don't want to go to the tavern. Yeah, okay, let's go to one of these ransacked houses. I know I could grab it a different way, but since I have that settler, I think traveling there is the better move. So we had enough attack power to kill that raider. We remembered to travel. Okay, we need to get 12 progress before we can do anything else. The gate is back up to 5. I think I'm remembering everything. Lots to remember. Okay, next round, I'm going to be playing Will of the West real soon here. I just got to get this Warden in play, and then we'll be able to shuffle all the cards back into my deck. It doesn't honestly really matter that much. The deck already has worked. Oh my goodness, Quick Beam. That's nice. Yeah, let's get Quick Beam. Great ally. All right, Stand and Fight will pull back a Warden of Healing. So the Warden, of course, you exhaust him and heal 1 damage on 2 different characters. So I'm going to spend 2 Spirit Resources to put him in play, and then I will exhaust him. And let's heal Eowyn and Dine. So there we go, starting to get my heroes all healed up. So who's going to be our merry band of travelers? Sulian, Furial, a hunter, Goldenberry gone, Glorfindel, a refugee, a handmaiden, Arwen, a settler, and Eowyn, for a grand total of 24 willpower. And we are up against a lot. There's 6, 10, 5. We're up against 15. Yep. So, okay, 24 against 15, and we get a bow. Nope. Furiel says go away. So we're going to get rid of that. And it gets replaced by Caught Off Guard. All right. When revealed, each player must choose either return a location you control to the staging area, or we're going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and put that enemy in play engaged with us. Let's not lose ground with my locations. So let's grab the topmost enemy. So we're going to discard cards until we get one. Not an enemy. Not an enemy. There we go. Oh, great. Okay, so this guy has Surge. So that's a great one to have grabbed. He has Archery 1. He attacks for 4. That's annoying. He's easy to kill, though. And if he destroys somebody, something happens. But we're not planning on him destroying anybody. All right. So we added no threat. So that's also another reason to have grabbed the enemy. I'm going to discard Furial to Eowyn to get 1 more progress. So we are going to clear the active, and then we are going to place 6 on the quest. So we are going to go up to 9 out of 12. And we explored the active location, so I get to claim that. I am actually going to discard the settler, and he says after you explore a location, you can discard him to discard a location from the staging area that has the same name. So I don't get to control that one, it just gets discarded. But the Sylvan Refugee also needs to leave. But that's alright, she helped me place some progress, it was fine. She only cost 1. So that was a nice 2 location swing. So I gained a location and removed one all in one go. So that was totally worth it. And, you know, you don't increase the threat of the gate when you discard that location. So it's really good. All right, I don't want to travel here because it'll make me have archery, and if I clear it, I got to grab an enemy. I don't want to go to the CD Tavern either. I'm actually good. I have more locations than in the staging area, and I just won't travel. I'm fine. All right, we're getting attacked, and attacking enemy gets +1, +2 instead if I raise my threat this round. It is so hard to remember if I've raised my threat. I don't think I have. So I'll discard 2 cards. There goes Jubair. So I don't take any damage on Dine. All right, we're getting attacked. We got some archery. Let's see if I remember it. I do. Look at that. All right. Archery going on Furial. Sure. An attack of 4, which is a lot. There goes another house. And Dine is fine because he was defending for 4. And we can kill this guy if I ready Glorfindel. So I need to discard a card to ready Glorfindel. I will discard another copy of Furial since I had 2 of them in hand and she's unique. So he's ready. He's attacking for 3. Haldan did not quest, so he's attacking for 3. And we kill that guy. And we're doing fine. Our threat is low, so I don't need to engage that enemy up in staging. I must have bumped the camera at some point here because, as you can see, the top of the staging area is being cut off. Sorry about that. We draw another hunter. All right. I really don't need to play many cards. My board is absolutely fine to beat this quest. I just need to get a couple more progress, and then we can travel to the gate. All right. Will of the West, why not? So I'm going to spend 1 spirit resource, and we will shuffle in my discard pile into my deck. So all of those nice location attachments are going back into the deck, but they did what they were supposed to do. They got my board state up and running faster than the encounter deck was able to counter it, and I don't really plan on traveling to a location that I can put attachments on anymore. I honestly just need cards in my deck because I was almost through it, so I could discard them to dine. So I just needed cards to boost his defense, basically. All right, I have 2 lore resources, so let's pop in Quick Beam, amazing stats, and he comes in damaged if you want him to be ready. And then I will use the Warden of Healing to heal him and Eowyn, so all of my heroes are completely healed up. And let's go into the quest phase. Like I said, I just need to make 3 progress, and I'm currently up against, looks like I am up against 14. That's a lot, but I got a lot of willpower on the table. So there's 6 from those allies, and there is 7 more from a few more allies. Eowyn's 4. Let's do 2 more from the hunter. I want to make sure I get the 3 progress. Quick Beam will add 2. I'm not worried about combat. 21 against 14. That seems good. A 3-threat enemy. Furial is fine with that. No surge train. You can totally get a surge into a surge into a surge with this quest. So added 3 threat. I'm fine with that. We're at 13. We needed to be at 12. So now we can travel to the gate. And the other reason it was good not to travel this round, or I'm sorry, last round, is because when I explored that location, I would have either had to get another location or get attacked. And then to travel to the gate, you get attacked. So it was good not to explore this time. I didn't want to have to make that choice. So let's travel to the gate, and we will get attacked by Thane Ulkar. Obviously, Dine's going to defend. 4 against 6. No shadow. There goes a surgy guy. Okay, I'm going to draw 2 cards so I don't take any damage. There we go. I'm not going to draw them. Discard them. There we go. And now, combat. Let's engage this guy. So he gets worse as you raise your threat. So if you can't kill him, he starts collecting resources and he gets harder to kill. Right now he's attacking for 3. So obviously Dine can handle this attack. No shadow. There goes a nice little sword. And then it takes 6 to kill this guy. So once again, I need to discard a card to ready Glorfindel so he can add his 3 attack. I will discard one of these. I don't know. I'll discard Unexpected Courage. I'm not going to need it. So there that goes. Glorfindel's ready. 3 attack plus 3 attack. This guy's dead. And next round, all we got to do is clear the gate and then survive a round of combat. And we will be victorious. So Wrath and Ruin. It's it can stop you at the beginning. I mean, you can definitely get overwhelmed. And by like turn 3, you're like, there's no way I can beat this thing. What's going on? So many locations, so many, attacks and surges. So you need to have a strong defender to handle an attack from Thane Ulkar on turn 1, assuming you clear that location. And so you're not just putting tons of locations in the staging area, and then basically you're playing from behind. And if you start a game where you're already behind the 8 ball and you're trying to catch up with the encounter deck, you're in trouble. So I would strongly recommend bring a strong defender to this quest and take the attack from Thane Elkar on turn 1 if you clear that location. That is the best way to get a foothold on this quest. All right, I am not planning on having too much difficulty here, so I'm just sending a lot of willpower. Let's send 32. So 32 against 8, doomed 1, and then Thane Elkar is going to make an attack against me. All right, that's fine. So, of course, Dine will defend. He will ready. The Shadow is deal 1 damage to the defender. Dine will take damage and then discard 2 cards, so he doesn't take any damage from the actual attack. We added no threat, so we are going to clear the gate. Even though it has victory points, the quest card says we take control of it. So because we took control of it, we either have to get attacked or discard cards till we get a location. Obviously, we'll just discard cards till we get a location. There's no reason to take an attack when we're going to win after combat. Are there any locations left in the deck? That is the big question. I have a lot under my control, and I know a couple have been discarded as shadows. So I don't know. I might go through the whole deck here. I'm not sure if we're going to find any locations. There's one. All right, another CD Tavern got added to the staging area. And then because my threat is low enough, I do not need to engage anybody. So we are not going to have any combat. And then we go into the refresh phase. Everybody's going to ready, including the Warden of Healing. So before the end of the round, I will exhaust the Warden of Healing in the action window in the refresh phase to heal a little more damage. Gone is the only one who has any damage on him. And it's the end of the round, so we control the gate, and that's a victory. So Wrath and Ruin, very fun. It takes a little bit of deck building to get there, but it's a very fun quest. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care. Bye-bye.